You know what's powerful? Hope. The quiet fire that refuses to die even when the world goes dark. And let me tell you this, it's not just a word, it's a weapon. It's the one thing no one can take from you, unless you hand it over. You know what's powerful? Hope, the quiet fire that refuses to die even when the world goes dark. It's not something you buy, borrow, or beg for. It's something you build. It's born in the moments you think you've lost everything, yet somehow you still wake up and try again. That's hope. It's not delicate, it's not gentle. It's raw, fierce, and unyielding. The kind of power that lives deep inside your chest, waiting for you to remember that no matter what the world throws at you, you are still standing. Hope isn't for the faint of heart. It's for the fighters, the ones who've been through the fire and walked out scarred, but still shining. People often think of hope as something soft, almost fragile, like a glass ornament that shatters under pressure. But real hope? Real hope is forged in fire. It's shaped in the chaos, in the tears you've cried behind closed doors, in the nights when sleep felt impossible and your thoughts screamed louder than the world outside. Hope is not born in comfort, it's born in struggle. It's not born in success, it's born in survival. Every time you've been broken, every time you've been told you couldn't, every time you thought you were done, that's when hope was being molded inside you. Not as a pretty polished idea, but as something unbreakable. Because when everything else falls apart, hope is the one thing that refuses to. When life burns everything down, your plans, your dreams, your sense of direction, hope stands there, covered in ash, and whispers, "Not yet." That's its power. It doesn't promise perfection. It promises persistence. It doesn't tell you that everything will be easy. It tells you that you'll get through it. Hope is that unseen hand that steadies you when your world spins out. Control. It's what makes you take that one more step, even when you don't see the path ahead. The truth is, hope doesn't grow in light. It grows in the dark. It blooms in the soil of uncertainty. And sometimes that's the hardest part to accept, that our greatest strength is built in the very moments we feel weakest. And I know sometimes it feels like hope is a lie. When everything hurts and nothing works, when you're tired of fighting battles no one sees, hope can feel like a cruel joke. But listen to me, it's not a lie. It's your lifeline. It's the one thing that keeps you from surrendering. Even if it's just a flicker, even if it's buried beneath doubt and fear, it's still there. The fact that you're still breathing, still trying, still searching, that's proof that hope hasn't left you. Because hope isn't loud. It doesn't need to be. It lives quietly in your will to continue, in the heartbeat that says, "I'm not done yet." Hope also changes shape as you grow, it's not always the bright, blazing optimism of youth. Sometimes it becomes something quieter, wiser, a steady belief that even if you can't see the way, you'll find it. That's the maturity of hope. It stops demanding instant miracles and starts trusting the process. It teaches you patience. It reminds you that timing is everything, that the universe doesn't work on your schedule, but it always works for your growth. Every setback, every disappointment, every heartbreak, they're not signs of failure, they're signs of formation. You're being refined, and hope is the fire doing it. It's painful, but it's purifying. And when you look back, maybe not now, maybe not next week, but one day, you'll realize something extraordinary. The times you thought you were breaking were actually the times you were becoming. You'll see how every no led to a better yes, how every ending was actually a beginning in disguise. Hope doesn't just help you survive, it transforms you. It takes your pain and turns it into wisdom, your struggle and turns it into strength. It's the invisible force that shapes who you are becoming. Because hope doesn't just keep you alive, it keeps you evolving. It's the fire that keeps burning long after everything else fades. Hope is not fragile. It's forged in the moments that try to destroy you. It's not a dreamer's escape, it's a warrior's truth. When the storm hits, hope doesn't hide. It stands tall, drenched and defiant, saying, "You can't end me here." That's the kind of hope that rebuilds nations, heals hearts, and lifts souls out of despair. It's not a choice you make once. It's a choice you make every day. And that choice, that relentless decision to keep believing, is what changes everything. Because when you carry hope, you carry power. You carry resilience. You carry light. And that light, no matter how small, can ignite 1,000 others. So when everything feels impossible, when the weight of the world presses down on you and you want to give, up. Remember this. Hope is not something you wait for. It's something you create. Every time you rise, every time you try again, every time you believe in yourself, even when it hurts, you're proving that hope lives inside you. Unbreakable, unshakable, eternal. Because hope is not just what you have, it's who you are. And no matter how dark it gets, that fire will never go out. Life has a way of testing us in ways we never expect. It will knock the air out of your lungs, take what you thought you couldn't live without, and dare you to rise again. There will be moments when it feels like everything is slipping away. Your plans, your people, your peace. You'll question everything, even yourself. But in that emptiness, in that silence where you think it's all over, something powerful begins to stir. That's your will. That's the part of you that refuses to surrender. You can lose everything, your job, your confidence, your direction, but if you don't lose your will to rise, lost nothing that truly matters. Because as long as you can still stand up and say, "I'm not done yet," the story isn't over. The truth is, everyone falls, everyone breaks. Life doesn't spare anyone from pain. But what separates those who stay down from those who rise again isn't luck, talent, or timing. It's choice. The choice to get up when it would be easier to stay down. The choice to fight when quitting feels more comfortable. The choice to believe that there's something beyond this moment. You may think you've lost control, but the moment you decide to keep going, you've taken your power back. You don't have to know how everything will work out. You just have to know that you will. And that belief, that small, defiant whisper of, "I'll find a way," has changed more lives than any perfect plan ever could. When you lose everything familiar, it's easy to feel like you've lost yourself. But that's a lie. What you've lost are the things that once defined you. Your titles, your relationships, your comfort zones, not the essence of who you are. That core, that spirit, that relentless fire inside you, that's still there. You just have to remember it. Sometimes life strips away everything you thought you needed just to show you that you were stronger than you realized. The loss is not your ending, it's your awakening. It's a brutal, beautiful reminder that your power was never in what you had. It was always in who you are. Think of every time you thought you couldn't make it, and yet here you are. You've faced heartbreaks that should have broken you. You've endured losses that made you question the point of trying. You've been betrayed, underestimated, and overlooked. And still, somehow you're standing. That's not by accident. That's your resilience. The quiet, invisible force that refuses to let you stay down. Resilience isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself with a victory speech or a perfect comeback. It grows in silence, in the moments when you pick yours. Elf up, wipe your tears, and whisper, "One more time." That's how power is built, not in perfection, but in persistence. You see, losing doesn't mean you failed. It means you've lived. It means you've dared. The ones who risk losing are the ones who have the courage to try again. You might fall 100 times, but the fall doesn't define you. The rise does. Every time you stand up after being knocked down, you're rewriting your story. You're proving that your spirit can't be crushed by circumstance, because there is something inside you that no one can touch. Not loss, not rejection, not failure. It's that fire that says, "I'm still here." And that fire is everything. That's what makes you unstoppable. That's what turns survivors into legends. And maybe that's the whole point, to understand that even when everything around you falls apart, the strength you need is already within you. You don't need to wait for someone to save you or for life to get easier. You just need to decide that this moment right here is not where your story ends, There's more in you, more fight, more courage, more grace. Every setback is just a setup for your next chapter, and when you finally rise, not as the person who once had it all, but as the person who built themselves from the ground up, you'll realize you never truly lost anything. You just shed what was no longer meant for your journey. So when life strips you bare and leaves you standing in the ruins, don't see it as destruction. See it as rebirth. You may lose people, possessions, plans, but as long as you never lose your will to rise, you will always rebuild. You are not defined by what you've lost, you are defined by what you refuse to surrender. Every time you stand back up, you become something stronger, something wiser, something unstoppable. So don't let the fall fool you. This is not your ending, this is your rise. And the world hasn't even seen your full power yet. Pain is one of life's greatest equalizers. No matter who you are, how strong you think you've become, or how carefully you plan your path, pain will find you. It sneaks into your victories, your relationships, your dreams, testing every ounce of your strength. And yet pain isn't just suffering. It's the language life uses to wake you up. It pushes you to look deeper, to question everything you once believed about yourself. Pain strips away illusions, the comfort, the control, the certainty, until you're left standing face to face with your truth. It doesn't come to destroy you, it comes to reveal you. Because sometimes the only way to meet your strongest self is to lose everything that made you feel safe. Pain isn't your punishment, it's your preparation. It's what separates those who live passively from those who live purposefully. Every heartbreak, every failure, every disappointment has a lesson carved deep within it. But you can't see it when you're in it. In the middle of the storm, all you feel is the chaos, the confusion, the heartbreak, the heaviness. But once you rise from it, once you take that first breath after surviving what you thought would break you, something shifts. You realize that pain didn't just visit you, it built you. It taught you to be patient with yourself, to trust the timing of your healing, to understand that sometimes what feels like loss is actually redirection. Pain doesn't come to end your story, it comes to reroute it toward the place you were always meant to go. There's a kind of wisdom that only pain can teach. You don't find it in comfort, in success, or in applause. You find it in the moments when the world feels silent and you're left alone with your thoughts. Pain makes you pay attention. It forces you to confront the parts of yourself you've ignored, the fears you've buried, the dreams you've delayed, the truths you've denied. It shows you who's real in your life and who's only there for the good days. Pain is a mirror, and if you're brave enough to look into it, you'll see the depth of your own soul. You'll see that your strength was never about never falling. It was about always finding the courage to stand back up. Pain gives you that courage. It shapes you into someone who no longer breaks from pressure but grows through it. We often think happiness is the goal, but growth, real growth, comes from discomfort. You can't evolve in easy places. You can't discover who you are in constant sunshine. The soil of your greatest transformation is made up of struggle. When everything hurts, your soul is expanding. That's not weakness, that's becoming. The nights you cried yourself to sleep, the mornings you forced yourself to smile when your heart was heavy, those moments were not wasted. They were sculpting you. They were teaching you empathy, compassion, resilience. Pain is not there to close your heart. It's there to open it wider, to make you softer in your humanity, but sharper in your purpose. Every tear you've shed has watered the ground for something powerful to grow. And here's the truth. Pain changes how you love, how you fight, how you live. It humbles you. It deepens you. It teaches you gratitude for things you once took for granted. Peace, stillness, genuine connection. When you've known what's like to break, you learn how to build differently. You stop chasing validation and start valuing peace. You stop expecting perfection and start appreciating presence. Pain teaches you boundaries, not as walls to shut people out, but as gates to protect your energy. It helps you recognize that your worth isn't tied to what happens to you, but to how you choose to rise from it. It refines you into someone who can walk through the fire without losing the flame. And maybe that's the greatest gift of all, realizing that pain is not the end of you, but the beginning of a deeper version of you. It's the fire that melts away everything that isn't real, so only the truth remains. You'll never forget the things that hurt you, but one day they'll stop defining you. You'll carry the scars, yes, but they'll no longer ache. They'll tell your story, not of suffering, but of survival. Because every time you faced pain and refused to let it harden you, you grew. Every time you loved again after loss, trusted again after betrayal, tried again after failure, you became stronger. Pain didn't win. You did. So when the weight of pain feels unbearable, remember this. It's not your enemy, it's your teacher, your sculptor, your silent ally in growth. Let it shape you, not shatter you. Let it teach you how to rise, how to heal, how to love yourself deeper than before. Pain is not the evidence of weakness, it's the proof of transformation. You are not broken, you are becoming. And one day you'll look back and realize the very thing that once hurt you the most was the thing that set you free. Hope demands action. It's not something you simply wish for, whisper about, or write in your journal. It's something you move toward. Too many people wait for hope to arrive, as if it's a miracle that lands at their doorstep. But hope doesn't come to those who wait.